There's something so wonderful about taking a book that you just read and fell in love with and turning it into your own personal visual representation of the book. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 6 tips that I wish I would have known when I first started digital journaling. Tip number 1 is utilizing elements. We're going to start with the cover by dragging it into our journal. Now that it is here, let's say I want to put a frame around this. For example, you might want to place your cover inside of some sort of frame. In this example, I'm going to be placing this cover inside of this Polaroid sticker because they are 2 separate images. The entire time I'm journaling, these will always be 2 separate images. But if I decide I want to move them together instead of like this, there is something we can do, and that is turning your individual images into elements. Using your lasso tool, make sure that images is on. So we can see it's already on here. And we're just going to grab both of those together, tap, use the 3 dots and go to add element. I already have a collection in here that I would place it into, but let's say you don't. You can start a new collection. These are not an element. You're going to want to get rid of these because those are still 2 separate images. Go back to your elements tab and you'll see that the book cover inside the frame is right here. And now you can grab them both together. But you must be on your elements tool in order to do that. This time I'm going to use a Kindle Girly sticker and place that over my cover instead of the Polaroid. And I'm also going to place a little tag to say that I read the book as well. I'm going to place this behind the sticker. We'll go ahead and take this and turn it into an element so we can move them all together. So at this point, it is just one big sticker. Tip number 2 is turning photos into stickers of themselves. So for instance, I found this image on Pinterest. What you want to do is tap and hold on that image, and when you let go, it'll say add sticker. Click there and it will add it into your stickers file. I personally like to add an effect, and my favorite effect is actually the outline effect. If you want to bring it over without any effect, that works as well, just by tapping and holding it and dragging it over. You can do this with just about any image that you have in your camera roll. This is the perfect option if you do not want to spend a lot of money on stickers, is finding something online, placing it into your camera roll, and dragging and dropping it into your journal. Tip number 3 is mixing different types of stickers together to create the overall vibe that you want for your journal. Layering stickers is a great way to add dimension to your journal. Now you can see that this corner piece looks like it's peeling up to give it more of a realistic vibe. In the book, this character had the most beautiful flower garden, so I want to incorporate some of that into my actual journal. I'm going to do that with some non-realistic digital stickers. I have this plant here, and I'm going to grab one more, and I want to place them in between the circle and the image that we made from our photos. Still mixing our stickers, let's grab a realistic petal. So this is where you go ahead and group them and turn them into an element like we did earlier. Back into my elements file, here we are with the new one we just made. And we'll turn this one into an element as well. So this is how we are mixing and adding things as elements. We can also mix in some images that we found online, but without putting any stickers on them. I have these 2 here, combining the first 3 tips of elements, using photos as stickers, as well as mixing digital stickers with photos. We're going to bring this over and create our next one. Tip number 4 is using split screen within Goodnotes. I actually read this book at the beginning of the year. I read it again in the middle of the year, and I recently read it again last week. So I already have a review in here that is from my previous journal. I want to bring that review into this one, but I don't want to have to switch tabs back and forth and back and forth. Here's the original spread from the first book review. I keep my Goodnotes down in my main menu. I'm going to tap and hold and bring it over. Now we have the original book review here. I don't want to bring over everything right now. I only want my actual book review. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and bring it over. So this can help you figure out exactly what you want to bring over and what you don't without having to switch back and forth and back and forth. Another thing that I love about split screen is transferring from one type of journal to another. For instance, I want to put all of this into my dark mode journal, and now we're going to copy it and paste. I'm going to grab the entire paper because I can't see because we're in dark mode, but I only selected text boxes. So let's change the color of that text to white. This gives you an idea of what it would look like from your light mode journal or your dark mode journal. I'll oftentimes want the colors that I use in my book review to go along the same theme. So I'll search for color palettes. So for example, let's say you wanted blue color palettes. Actually, I like this one that just popped up. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to save this photo. Back in Goodnotes, I'm going to open up the photo and we will tap on it and we're going to add this whole color palette here. So let's press on the plus sign and use our color dropper tool. I'm going to grab this first one. I mean, you can just place the numbers in, but I don't want to do that. And we're going to add this and go ahead and do that for all the colors. This is how you use tip number 5, getting color palettes in. But for tip number 6, let's say you want a font that is not in Goodnotes already, and you also want to mix some of the fonts and the colors from your color palette. There is a free way to get fonts. I like to use iFont. It's free and it imports using Google Fonts and the website thefont.com. You can search for a font that you like. I'm going to go to Google Fonts. I'm going to go ahead and pick this font here. So we'll press Get, go to Imported Fonts. Here's the font. I know that it's not installed because it still has the bit that tells me to install it. So let's go ahead and tap on that and then press Allow. And it is now in your profile download. In your settings, it will be at the top where it says Profile Downloaded, and you want to press Install and go ahead and put in your password and click Install again, and there it is. Back in Goodnotes, go ahead and find that font that you just installed, and here's mine. And I'm going to write my character's name because I want to double it up. I want to change the color of this second name using one of the colors from the new color palette that we downloaded, and now stack it on top. Rachel's name is here. Nathan's name is here. Adding a few finishing touches into my journal. If you found any of these tips helpful, you love reading, you love journaling, please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel and go ahead and turn on that little bell so you get notifications when I've uploaded a new video. I love making these for you guys, and until next time, happy journaling.